Morning friends, happy Thursday, how the heck you doing? And with all this talk of Harry, possibly Meghan and possibly the children returning for the Invictus Games, coming to the UK, media frenzy, of course Kate's illness is back at the top of the headlines. But hear me out, because although this is a popular feature in the international media, I think something might be being set up here. Let me tell you my theory. I think this headline is correct. It would help cancer survivors and their families all over the world if Kate was more open with her illness. How could Kate now grab the headlines, or at least try and grab the headlines? This is a perfect media setup. This is a PR trap. This is the perfect time when Harry lands for Kate to start talking about her experience in detail. And I fear the Daily Mail have been hoodwinked into yet again being the palace's unpaid PR machine, so Kate's profile and humanity can be elevated the moment Harry, potentially Meghan, land in the UK. Now, it's an interesting PR trap. I've seen it done before and it often works, but Harry and Meghan are international superstars. Whatever happens outside their family, the press don't really seem that interested in. The limelight will be on them whatever happens, but watch out for this. And if it happens, as ever, I called it first. Comments are open. Tell the world what you think.
So will Kate use her cancer card to gain sympathy and also to take the headlines away from Harry and Meghan and their two children, Archie and Lilibet, when they land in the UK? So will Kate use her cancer card? And it's obviously going to be a huge PR stunt, and it's obviously going to try and deflect attention away from Harry and Meghan's visit. And why now though? Why are they talking about Kate's so-called cancer yet again? I've noticed they only ever bring Kate's so-called cancer card up every time Harry and Meghan have something big going on. And if nothing's going on with Harry and Meghan, then we never hear about her so-called cancer. But I mean, really, the timing's just a bit odd to me. 11 days till Harry and Meghan and the children are in the UK, and the timing just stinks, and it just screams threatened and desperation. And everyone is saying that if only Kate had opened up to the British public and told everyone what type of supposed cancer she'd had. But people are saying that Kate made a huge mistake by keeping silent and not being open and honest. And the trouble is, Kate has lied so much that no one believes a word what she says anymore. And what's the point in just saying cancer without saying which type, what stage, and the symptoms she had? And Kate could have brought so much awareness to whatever so-called cancer she supposedly had. But it's too late now, Kate. You had a year and a half to be open and honest, but you've now deliberately brought your so-called cancer card up again, which is conveniently coincides with Harry's visit to the UK with Meghan and their children. And I mean, if that isn't a threat, then I don't know what is. Because I can contain that. Can you imagine if Harry and Meghan started doing PR stunts on purpose, which coincided with an event which related to William and Kate? You'd all be up in arms. There'd be an uproar. Everyone, the press, the journalists, oh, it's disgusting. How dare they come out of the woodwork just when William and Kate have got something massive going on? And it just shows you that Kate's so desperate for attention, and she needs to be noticed. She craves attention. And she knows that Harry and Meghan and the children will land in the UK in 11 days' time. But Kate doesn't want Harry and Meghan and the children to get the media attention and the headlines. So she's deliberately going to time and announce something to try and divert attention away from Harry and Meghan and the children being in the UK. And again, this move from Kate is just showing how threatened, and she always is when it involves Harry and Meghan. I've noticed every time when it's Harry and Meghan, she gets like a wolf. She's really yuck, and she has to be the one on the pedestal, Kate, and then she wants Harry and Meghan to be the irrelevant ones. But I wouldn't be surprised if William and Kate made lots of announcements from the 6th of July to the 10th of July, just before the Sussexes land in the UK. So announcing more overseas visits for Kate's early years across the country.
Hello everyone, I'm Miles and thanks for tuning in. Buckle up because today's story is hotter than a royal tabloid on deadline, and trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Let's dive right in. Hold on to your seats because the media scheduling department is working overtime and the timing is looking incredibly messy. Let's look at the absolute pattern of how these headlines drop. Every single time Harry and Meghan announce they are packing their bags, catching a flight and pulling up to the UK for a positive event, the British tabloids hit the panic button. Suddenly, the front pages flip. They start dusting off the most emotionally heavy, serious stories from the royal vault to completely hijack the entire media narrative. It happens like clockwork. The Sussexes confirm they're heading over with Archie and Lilibet, and boom, the press rolls out massive, intense coverage about health battles and family crises from months ago. Now, let's keep it a buck at a street level. Nobody is downplaying real-world struggles. Cancer and serious illnesses are heavy, devastating things that deserve absolute empathy and privacy. But regular people aren't stupid. We can tell the difference between a genuine medical update and a newspaper editor weaponizing someone's private health battle as a tactical shield to block a completely different headline. It is the ultimate distraction playbook. The press knows exactly which buttons to push to get the public feeling angry or protective, and they deploy those emotional blockbusters the exact second Harry and Meghan gain any kind of positive momentum. They want us to look left so we don't look right, but regular folks on the street see straight through the games. When you have to systematically drop heavy news just to stomp out the good vibes of a visiting couple, you're not doing journalism anymore. You're just running a transparent PR defense strategy. Harry and Meghan's star power must be truly terrifying to the establishment if the press has to go to these extreme lengths just to control the narrative every time they touch down. Let's be completely real about what's happening here, because the British tabloids are trying to pull a massive fast one on us, and it is incredibly slick. The press loves to play this game where if you call out their shady timing, they instantly try to flip it on you and act like you're being heartless. But let's draw a massive neon line in the sand right now. Calling out a greasy newspaper editor is not the same thing as downplaying someone's real-world health struggles. We all agree that dealing with a serious illness is a heavy, terrible thing. Anyone fighting that fight deserves absolute compassion and total privacy. Period. No debate. But critics aren't attacking the person who is sick. They are looking directly at the puppet masters running the printing presses. Regular people on the street see exactly what this is. It's a repeating pattern that is getting impossible to ignore. Every single time Harry and Meghan start gaining momentum, whether they're launching a new project, doing incredible charity work or planning a trip, the tabloids suddenly go, quick, dust off that heavy health story from 3 months ago and slap it on the front page. It's the ultimate media guilt trip. They use a serious emotional topic as a human shield to block out the Sussexes' good press. It's calculated, it's manipulative, and honestly, it's just lazy blocking tactics. You can have a massive heart and pray for someone's recovery while still pointing at the newsstand and saying, hey, why did this exact story conveniently reappear the same morning Harry and Meghan booked their flights? Regular folks have eyes, we have common sense, and we know when we're being played. Harry and Meghan are out here living their lives and moving forward, and the fact that the press has to weaponize heavy news just to slow them down proves who is actually winning the cultural chess game. The Palace press office is out here trying to play checkers, but the public is already playing high-stakes chess, and the old school trust is completely in the gutter. Back in the day, the Palace would drop a formal statement and everyone would just nod along and take it as gospel, but those days are officially dead and buried. After years of weird timelines, mixed signals, and straight-up sketchy press rollouts, nobody is blindly swallowing their official press releases anymore. The illusion of total control has massive cracks in it. Instead of just accepting whatever the royal PR team prints, social media users are pulling out their digital magnifying glasses. The second a new statement drops, the street-level internet investigators are actively dissecting the wording, cross-checking the dates, and calling out the contradictions in real time. Regular people have major trust issues with the institution now, and honestly, can you blame them? When you contrast the stiff, shady Palace of Sheen with Harry and Meghan, the difference is night and day. The Sussexes chose to keep it 100% real, speak their truth, and operate with genuine transparency. Meanwhile, the Palace is still using outdated 1990s spin tactics to hide the truth, and it's blowing up in their faces. You can't buy a trust back once you spent years fumbling the truth. The public has upgraded, the internet moves too fast, and the street sees right through the smoke and mirrors. Harry and Meghan won the long game by simply being authentic, while the Palace PR squad is left standing there looking totally confused that their old school tricks don't work on us anymore.
The British media loves to look straight into the camera with a serious face and tell us, oh, Harry and Meghan are totally irrelevant. Nobody cares about them anymore. They are totally over. But the second the Sussexes pack a single suitcase or book a flight, the entire press room goes into an absolute screaming tailspin. It is the wildest paradox on the planet. If they are so irrelevant, why does every single newspaper unleash an endless flood of pre-arrival articles, frantic opinion pieces, and non-stop emergency broadcasts? They are printing 20 pages of analysis before Harry and Meghan's plane has even left the tarmac. Let's keep it 100 at a street level. The math is not mathing. You don't obsessively stalk, track, and write 1,000-word essays about a couple that you claim doesn't matter. The truth is, the tabloids are totally addicted to them. The Sussexes' global profile is still absolutely massive, and more importantly, they are highly lucrative. Harry and Meghan's names on a headline are a certified money printer for these struggling media outlets. They need the Sussex energy to pay their monthly server bills. The press is acting exactly like a toxic ex who stalks your Instagram every single night while telling all their friends, "Ugh, I'm so over them." Like, please, sit down. The non-stop hate and frantic coverage don't prove Harry and Meghan are fading, it proves they are still the undisputed main characters. Regular people see this sheer volume of obsession and realise the truth. Harry and Meghan are global powerhouses, and the press is just riding their coattails for clicks and cash. Let's blow the whistle on this whole coincidence defense, because the internet is officially not buying what the tabloids are selling. You'll always have the traditionalists out there swearing up and down, "Oh, the press is just doing standard journalism. They're just covering a future queen. It's completely natural." But let's look at the street-level reality. Regular folks have eyes and the math is completely broken. The tension online is hitting an all-time high because the public has cracked the code. What the press acts like is just random accidental timing looks suspiciously like a highly calculated distraction strategy, explicitly designed to control everyone's emotions. The press room operates like a nervous high school principal. The exact second Harry and Meghan are about to pull up to the UK, capture the spotlight and spread some incredible positive energy, the media flips the script. They drop these massive, heavy, emotionally exhausting headlines right on the front page, trying to guilt-trip the public into looking away from the Sussexes. It is the ultimate media smoke bomb. They want us so locked into a specific emotion that we totally ignore the positive moves Harry and Meghan are making. But regular people are way too smart for these dusty 1990 spin tactics. You can't just slap a heavy headline down every time a couple books a flight and call it coincidence. We see the strategy, we see the pattern, and honestly, it just proves that the press is absolutely terrified of Harry and Meghan's natural star power. And that is how we expose the Playbook squaddies. Massive love to all of you for rocking with me today. I am your host Miles, and I am officially Outta here. If you are totally here for Harry and Meghan completely outrunning the media's dusty spin tactics, do your boy a huge favour. Smash that like button right now. Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know if you see through these coincidences too. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss the real tea. Protect your peace, stay blessed, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.